Hey guys, I'm Chris.
I'm Hunter.
And welcome back to our podcast. Today is episode 2 of Florida.
Yes.
So, this is the year
2015
that we went to Florida with our performing group. Two groups. We were two groups.
Yeah, so we were going to just do the podcast, just the tour section of this. But as we were kind of talking about it, it's like we kind of decided...
There was so much that went on that we just have to talk about it.
Well, not have to, but like we want to talk about everything because then it like also gives into light like having the two groups. Like it was very rough, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was super hard, but it was so fun.
It was, and there's a lot like... Versus New York, we have a lot more stories altogether.
Yeah.
As that in that setting, like that whole year.
Yeah.
Versus,
there's a bunch of little stories that, and I would even call them that little, but like versus the one big story that you heard last week.
That kind of adding on to that kind of just makes up for that time.
But so we were in two groups. There were the two highest groups at that time. It was Fame, which was like the highest, and Encore, which we had technically been in the year before.
Well, not technically. We were in the year before.
Yeah, we were in the year before. And so we decided to stay in that group as well as do two groups. That was like, I don't want to say like a noble thing, but it was like highly looked upon in this like...
It made you look good to not only the teachers, but also everybody else.
Yeah, everyone else. Like we were freaking rock stars that year, man. We freaking killed it.
And I'm gonna agree with this. Like normally, I wouldn't want to try and like praise, but like doing the medleys that we did, which were for Fame, we did Sing Sing, which is basically like a swing medley.
Swing and jazz.
And then we also did a Disney movie because when we were going to Florida, we went to Disneyland World.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Good.
And then for Encore, we did American Pie, like kind of...
Which is like 70s, a lot of 60s, 70s stuff.
Yeah, and as well as Grease, which everybody knows what Grease is.
Everyone knows what Grease is. You're the one that I want. You are the one that I...
So all of the specifically Swing was...
Sing.
Sing.
So hard.
That was like, that medley, like I still like give flashbacks of like those rehearsals too. Those are...
Oh my gosh. And the freaking, what did we call it? Like the 54... it was like, because it was 54 counts. That one dance break.
Oh.
It was like the 54 section, Shout and Feel It.
Yeah.
That was what it was called. But we always, it was like...
That one killed. That almost killed everybody.
My gosh. And it sucks because like, this was literally the hardest dance part I think all of us had ever done at that point.
At that point, yeah.
And like, it was fast. We did it. That was the first thing we learned. We didn't learn anything else in the medley, just that. And it was like everyone, because we had a lot of boys that year. We had an even number. I think there was like...
I mean, there was a few more girls. There's always more girls in these groups. Yeah, always.
But I think this time there was only like 3 or 4 more girls.
Yeah.
If that.
I actually agree, because I think...
Because everyone in that dance part had to have a partner, and like no one was off the stage.
Well, because we had the four of us that did 2 groups.
Yes.
And then we had 9. There was more girls than that. There was 15. I know there was 15 girls.
There was 15.
We were pretty close though.
Yeah, it was pretty close. It's not like 5 boys and 15 girls.
Yeah. So
wasn't there another one? Didn't we have another guy?
No, because
I think it was all just a blur because we did 2 groups. There were a lot of guys we dealt with.
Well, anyway.
Some not so great, some they were great.
Yeah, it would have been 9, at least 9 boys. Maybe one more.
Maybe.
But
I don't remember. I don't think
there was, but there might have been one more.
Sorry if you were that one and we forgot you.
I doubt it. Like I don't think we're missing anybody on that one.
I don't think so either, because we were all super close that year.
Yeah, I mean
the D team.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, that's gonna be a podcast.
That is gonna be a podcast.
We had all of them, and. So that's like at least 25 people on stage.
Yeah.
And we're all a part of that.
Yeah.
And it's
like hard dancing, like lifts. We've got like, there's like almost a little breakdancing section. I ripped my pants probably 10 times doing that. I did it enough.
First time you did it in rehearsal.
I was like, and it was like one of the first things we did. I was so mad. And it ended up getting so bad that like our choreographer ended up having to change it because I kept ripping my pants.
It was funny.
It sucks so bad.
Even with all of like everything that we were doing and like all with everything going on, I mean, with those 54 accounts, not only is everything fast paced, high
high energy,
high like you need to be like accurate as possible.
Yeah, you need to look strong.
The lifts themselves are difficult.
Yeah.
If you have one slight screw up and you fall even half a count behind, it would like ended the whole thing. Like it just screwed everything up.
And like you wouldn't. And this was a medley that it's like, it was a fast song before this song, which was also very fast, probably the hardest, and then it was a fast song after that, and then it was a slow song. It was, oh my gosh, it was so hard.
Like there was like I literally think on that medley alone, you were barely on the side of the stage. Like I think that 100%. One we were definitely just like
there was so much just like running back and forth, and it was like super fun to do. Looked so good, like it was so.
I love that medley, man. That was a good medley.
I think that's like one of, if not my favorite. I think that year is my favorite. Disney and that was a good combination.
I think it's my second favorite. I think New York is my third favorite, but I think Chicago's still number one for me. When we went, But like, so after with the whole show, like if we put the whole show into view, you had our opener for Fame, and then we had Sing Sing Sing. Like we started off fast.
Yeah, so it's a fast opener. The song was Fame. It's like Fame, I Want to Live Forever. So it's that, but it's like a rock version sped up, and then it was Sing Sing Sing,
and then there was a bridge solo so that we could change costumes.
Yeah, it's like a 2 minute.
If that sometimes.
Yeah.
And then we had Encore's opener, which was True to Your Heart,
which was also pretty fast. It's a little funky, a little slower, but it's still pretty damn hectic.
Yeah. And then we had American Pie. American Pie, luckily, was a little bit slower than Sing Sing Sing.
Super chill.
So it was a little bit easier for us to do it. And then there was another bridge solo.
Yeah.
Another 2-3 minute break for us. Then we jumped into Disney for us, for Fame. Mm-hmm. And then there was a bridge solo, and then so we could change. And then there was Grease.
Which was super chill.
Yes.
Encore, I don't know why. I don't know how they weren't as good as they were, because those were two very easy medleys.
Like, well, I mean, slow, we definitely, like, I think...
didn't have a ton of lifts. And I'm like, myself included, I feel like I totally slacked it.
I definitely think, like, I will own that one, is that we slacked off with Encore because it was, like, Fame. Like, it was a different energy because it was different, two different mindsets in being in those two groups.
Yeah.
Which is what made it super hard.
Yeah. Because it's like, and we had stuff, like, legit every day of the week. Like, we had Harmony... which is like acapella on Monday.
I forgot about Harmony. We were doing that too.
Fame on Tuesday or Thursday?
Fame was always on Wednesday.
Fame was on Wednesday, so we had Tuesdays off.
Tuesdays were off, and then Thursdays
was Encore.
And then Fridays we would hang out.
Yeah, Friday we always had parties. Same with Saturday. And then Saturday morning
we'd have lift clinics.
We have lift clinics, and we would always stay and help. Like we would. So they started at, there was like a 6 o'clock class sometimes, which was like the pro stuff. It was like pro lifts and
like if you wanted to go like above and beyond to try and learn,
which everyone in that Fame did.
Which was
love you guys.
Amazing. Yeah.
And then there was the other one.
There's even some Encore kids on that too as well.
There were a few, but not as many. I feel
there wasn't as many because I definitely think that group wasn't as focused.
Kim asked those Encore kids to be there.
Well, that too, but I think that's because that Encore wasn't as focused on lifting because.
I mean, their medals didn't.
Like, in all honesty, that last year of Fame, that was like the last like good lifting year in my opinion, because after that everybody was too scared to lift.
Which kind of sucks, but
anyway.
So we had that. So we had the early class at like 6. So we'd get there after hanging out, partying until like midnight. Get there at 6. Then there was a class from 6 to 7, then from 7 to 8, and 8 to 9, 9 to 10, all the way to 11 o'clock.
And then we would go get lunch.
Yeah, and then we'd go get lunch. Everyone would usually come back here, where we're at, this place, and like hang out, take a nap. I can't tell you how many times there was just like 10 people just lying on the floor taking a nap here.
A ton of times.
And then everyone would regroup, usually go shower.
After go work and go whatnot.
And then we'd all regroup that night and like have parties and stuff. Like one time, so this was at the beginning. This was when we were doing Christmas medleys and stuff. But one of our friends has a pool, and they would always like close it down, not close it down, but they would shut off the heater in like, was it November?
Something
October,
like that. I don't
late
know.
October, early November.
Rich person stuff.
Yes. Yeah, this is new. This is foreign to me. Anyway, the pool got really cold. It was so cold. So we decided to make like an event out of it. We said, we're gonna do a polar plunge. Like, this is gonna be fun, whatever. And so we're going. Everyone, like, we bought pizzas. Oh, side note. So I'm carrying like 4 boxes of pizzas downstairs because
I thought it was a slice, like 4 slices.
No. It was like 4 boxes.
Oh, I thought
it was a lot of pizza.
I was focused on something else at this point.
Yeah, you were very focused on something else. But yeah, so it was a lot of pizza. I'm just like, it was like pizza for everyone, right? It might have been even 6 pizzas, but it was a lot of pizza. So, and we're going down like out because we're gonna do like, we were in their basement and then on their patio. Mm-hmm. So they've got like a basement, a back patio, like their basement let out to, and then the pool. So we were doing it like back patio basement type stuff. So I'm like walking, and these two of our friends come up to me and they're like, "So where are you going with that pizza?" It's like, down there. They're like, okay. And they were like, I could have sworn they were about to jump me for a slice of pizza, man. They were just like going for it. They were like, "Yo, I want some pizza." I'm like, "Yo, dude, just go down there. We can have some. Let's go." Anyway, it's funny. It's funny. They just cornered me. Freaking looked like they were gonna bug me. But yeah. So we're going, we do this pull, like, we're starting to get there. Everyone's lining up around the pool, like the sides of the pool. Some people got on the slide.
And not everybody was doing it, just
yeah.
Some people, like, I think the biggest thing with this is not everybody was there. This was kind of just like a last minute party we wanted to try
a little
and do.
bit, yeah. And it was like, I kind of don't blame people for not being there. That pool was hecka cold.
I kind of wish I wouldn't have been doing it,
really?
But just like how cold it was.
Oh yeah,
like,
it was so cold. Luckily they had a fire pit too, which was nice. So.
Yeah, and yeah. It was like I'm glad I did it, but at the same time, if you would ask me to go do it now, I probably would do it. But I mean, I would have a lot more.
You would
like
think
I would think about it harder than I did. Because when we said let's do a polar plunge, I was like,
yes! Yeah, let's do it. Heck yeah!
But I was 16, so that's different.
Same. Oh my gosh.
That was 6 years ago.
That was 6 years ago. Oh, that was 7 years ago. What was 6?
No, it was 6.
Yeah.
6, 15, 6. So yeah.
Oh my gosh. Crazy times. But yeah, so we all do a pole punch.
And like most of it was guys. Like there was a few girls, but
I feel like that year all the girls did it.
No, not all of them did it.
Okay, but not all, but a lot of them. Like most of them they just like jumped in the super shallow end and then got right out.
Yeah, all of us were like the deep end.
Yeah, we were all like, man, like it was up to our nipples. Like it was cold and it was high. And
so we ended up doing it. Yeah. We did the polar plunge. We're all getting out, and you and one other guy decided wanted to see who
wanted that, dude.
Well, I know, but like we wanted to see who could last the longest, apparently. And then as soon as every time everybody got out, other than him, he's like, "I want to see how long I can go."
Yeah.
It got to the point where we were all like concerned for him to die.
Yeah, getting hypothermia.
Like we didn't want him to die, so we're like, "Okay, you got to get out."
Yeah. It was so funny, but yeah, and it was like, of course, it turns into that freaking who can stand there the longest.
It always will.
Oh my gosh. And I got out, and I feel like it was, like, once I got out, it was so much colder. Like, in the water, it wasn't so bad. But yeah, I got out, I was like, holy shit, so cold. I, like, went around the fire, and, like, I'm just, like, over there. I wrap up, and then there's, like, 2 other kids. They had gotten out, like, not too far before me, but, like, it was a little bit. Enough that it's, like, they were starting to let their towel, like, slide away. And one of them, this homie, love you, you know who I'm talking to. His nipples turned so purple. They looked like little grapes. It was so funny. And one of the girls that he had a crush on at the time, it gets even better and better. So she's like talking to her friend, she's like, and we hear, his nipples are purple. And we look over, we're like, oh my gosh, they are! And she just started like giggling. And keep in mind, like, no one was safe from this. Everyone's nipples were very hard and purple. Like, we could see everyone's nipples.
Like, that's how cold, that's how, like, the temperature outside was cold and also was
and
the
this
pool.
is like sitting around a fire.
Yeah.
Like, it was so cold. Yeah, it was quite nipply. But yeah, so we're just like all around. She's just like busted up. She's like, look at his nipples, man. Think they're okay? That was all right. That was funny.
It was funny to see it.
Yeah, there were so many parties like that. Just so many fun parties. Holy shit, so many fun parties.
Yeah, I remember the next party.
Oh yeah,
that was. I think it was actually like pretty close to the next one after.
Yeah, because this was like I said. I'm pretty sure this was in November.
No, this was, I think it would have been November.
It would have been like early November.
Or no, late November.
Late November?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 'cause it was freezing.
Yeah. The next party that we had, we kind of did like a Secret Santa, not like a Secret Santa. It was like a
it was a White Elephant.
That's what it was. Yeah. And we all like were sharing, like we passed gifts around. People open the gifts.
Yeah.
This guy over here got a stripper pole.
I did.
With
some
pickles?
No, it was like 50-year-old grape juice that was.
Oh, that's right.
You know how grape juice is supposed to be see-through? This was like black. And I opened it and it was like tart. But yeah, so I got a stripper pole and some like 50-year-old grape juice. It was great.
Yeah, I got a cardboard iPad. That was cool.
I know, right? Oh, dude. And the best, I feel so bad. There's this picture of everyone and I'm just like taking up probably at least a quarter of the picture and covering like 6 or 7 people. Because I've got my pole on like this, like legs wrapped around it and everything. Oh, so funny.
We'll probably... No, we won't show the picture because of people's faces.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe we can reenact it at some point.
I mean, you still got the pole.
Oh,
So.
of course I do. But yeah, so that was the next party. It was super fun. And we were out in, like, Harriman. It's a little ways out. It's kind of the boon... Well, not... I don't want to say the boonies, but it's not super developed yet.
At that point, it hadn't been developed. Now it's
it's
lot
getting
more developed.
Better, but it was a ways out there. We were away from everyone, so we were, like... It was fun just to hang out and see everyone. Yeah. And yeah, like have the stripper pole and everything,
and it was funny. So after the party, I mean, like the party was fun.
Oh, it was so fun.
The girls, this is the best part about this is the girls beforehand had planned to have a sleepover where they were just hanging out.
Yeah, and they were like,
and that
bring your PJs. Here's like a formal invitation. All this stuff. They made
like, it was they were making it a huge deal. They all were there. None of them missed it.
No, and keep in mind, none of the girls told us that this was happening. They kept it like just completely on accident. They totally kept it from all the guys.
And no, I think they did that on purpose. Actually,
I don't know if they did it on purpose because like
really?
Obviously
think about the guys that were in that group.
Okay, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
I think there's a couple guys that would have screwed with them. So yeah, I think so.
Well, yeah.
It slipped out at the party that they were doing that.
Yeah.
So I don't know who came up with the idea. All the guys ended up having.
I think everyone was just like, yeah, they're doing it. We got to do it.
Yeah. That's probably what the mentality was.
Yeah, it was lift clinics like the next day.
I even think my dad was coming to pick us up, and we had to call him to tell him that.
I know.
We're going to go to his house. We came because we came here.
Yeah, we came
to have and all the guys were here, and all the girls were there, and it was two separate parties that had continued.
And we kept like Snapchatting people. Like we would Snapchat them, they would Snapchat us, and it was so fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh! And then like getting people here. So we were all here, and it was so funny. So there's me, Hunter, and then this other person in this car driving us here, and we get lost. Whatever. We finally find our way. We go back. We find some Mountain Dew. That was like the nectar of the gods at that point.
Oh,
we drank so much Mountain Dew.
Dude, there was a few times where we emptied the mini fridge, and we had to go. Not even in a day, dude. Like we had to go make a midnight run.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember those.
This was one of those. But so anyway, so we're all getting here, and everyone is just like chilling out on the porch. Before we even got here, everyone was like already here. We were like the last ones here, so I'm like, okay, hurry, open the door. Let's all go downstairs because I didn't tell my parents. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. I'm glad you were so chill about it. It could have been way worse. That could have gone so bad.
Yeah.
But so we're all like sneaking down. I'm like, shit. Everyone's like, you know, just being rowdy teenagers. I'm like, I can freaking go, guys. So we get down here. Oh, dude, so much fun.
That was a ton of fun. That was a fun night.
Fun. Yeah.
That was very
banana
fun.
Suit.
Oh, yeah, because one of them was in the banana suit trying to do the... Dude, that scream lives in my head forever.
Rent free.
Love you.
Love you,
man.
Love you. This is a good one. Oh, I love that.
And we are trying to keep people's names out of it just because out of
that.
respect, just that way.
Because we don't know if they want to be in it. They might not.
And we don't want to put you guys, like, piss you guys off. Like, we're just trying to respect you guys, so we're not saying your names. If you're okay with us saying your names, let us know and we'll say them.
Tell us in the comments.
or like just text us.
Or text us. That too.
And we'll start using you guys as names, but we don't want to put people in that spot.
Yeah, I don't want to put people on blast on this podcast. But yeah, so it was just, we had a sleepover, tons of fun. There was like, we were all trying to go to bed. At this point, the sun was starting to like peek its head over. And I don't know who, but someone started laughing. And we all just started laughing. And we just couldn't stop laughing. We were just sitting there just laughing like a bunch of dumb butts. Just
yeah, that was...
Well, we just couldn't stop. It's like I just remember laughing and then waking up.
That was fun.
That was a fun night.
But we had a lot of parties like that. Like those, like that group of guys that we all ended up hanging out a lot.
Like we had our own group chat and everything. So I mean, so did the girls. They had their own group chat too.
Yeah. But that was a fun group, and like that group of guys, like we all kind of got really close and had a lot more adventures, which
nice. So.
Some of those we will do in a later podcast.
Yeah.
Those stories are for.
What are you thinking about?
Oh, dude. Well, yeah.
You got teased, bro.
I mean, there was that one time we used hand sanitizer and burned.
Oh yeah, DTS.
Yeah.
So that kind of finishes off like the Christmas season, and then we were all still hanging out, like every week, every Saturday hanging out with each other. It was the springtime, starting the new medleys. This is when we started to get into like sing, and we were still doing two groups at this point too. Oh yeah, real quick. I passed out at the Dickens Festival. Do you remember that?
I remember that. That was...
I was so mad. Let me tell you why I was so mad, okay? So, I passed out before a show, and this was one of our shows where we had Fame and Encore performing together at Christmas time. So it was 2 medleys, 2 openers, and a street dance. I passed out. Whatever. I didn't eat. I didn't drink anything like after that, and I just went on, and I did a whole show. Whatever. I was fine. Then they're having this party afterwards, and I'm like, oh, sick, dude, I'm excited to go to this party. And then my parents are like, no, you can't go, you passed out. I'm like, bro, dude, I just did a whole show. Like, if I was going to die, it was going to be up there. Why wouldn't you just let me go to this freaking party? And they were like, no, man. I'm like...
I mean, at a parent's perspective now, I think you could understand slightly a little bit more. Really? Not even with X?
No.
All
dude,
right.
if it... Okay, given the circumstances, no.
Dude, I would have made sure you at least had food. And water and like
which and I think you like brought me goldfish or something like when I was on the floor.
Yeah, I did because I was eating the goldfish.
I know. I just like wake up. Wade is like all the way in the back, just like.
I know, So I watched this happen. I watched him pass out, fall, and I heard the thud. But so did the teacher.
No.
He just like literally like this is what happened. He saw him pass out and he goes. Just dips. He's just gone.
Yeah, this kid. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. And then I wake up and I'm like looking for him. I'm like, I remember seeing your face. What just happened to me? And he looks at me. He's like, and he just like turns around. I was like, sorry, kid. That was so funny.
That was amazing.
I just wake up and I see our teacher just like standing over us, being like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. I feel like I just got some sleep. What happened?"
You did.
I was like, I feel like I just like took like a 4-hour nap. I feel great.
That was awesome. Yeah, I just immediately like he saw it and he was like, no,
I am not involved in this at all. No way, no how. I'm out. But yeah, I just wake up and I'm like, our teacher's just like, here, drink some water, and you were like, here's some goldfish.
I know. I was still eating the goldfish too. I was like, I want goldfish. So here you go.
Yeah, dude. Here's some goldfish. It was so funny. That was so funny. But yeah, did a whole show. 2 medleys, 2 openers, street dance, finale. Whole thing perfectly fine.
No, because that was at winter time. We didn't do 2 because we were only doing the 1 and 1 and 1.
We did 2 that show. Someone had to do a bridge solo.
I know because it was Fame and Encore.
Yeah, it was in Fame and Encore.
I know. Fame, bridge solo, Encore.
That's what I'm saying. 2 medleys. Opener.
We didn't do openers at the Dickens Festival.
Oh yeah, you're right. We didn't. Still, 2 medleys in the.
Okay, yeah, I thought you said 2 medleys, and then
no.
That's my bad.
Opener, 2 medley, like two medleys, 2 openers.
We didn't do openers, but yeah.
Well, yeah, same diff. We still do the street dance, We still did the medleys.
I know. I remember getting kicked in the back of the head.
I know that stage was way too short.
Well, no, it wasn't that. I love this person forever. Like, you're one of my favorite people. But we were going, so we had to do you remember the handstand into the shoulder catch, lift up guitar sweep thing? Yep. Yeah. I got slammed in the back of the head so hard.
Dude, happened to all of us.
Like, I was
freaking split your legs, girls. Anyway.
But it was funny. Like, cause my mom like she's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, your head's never gone that far forward before."
Yeah, and she let you go to the party, huh?
Yeah, but my mom and dad were not. I mean, it was different for me to get hit in the back of the head than for you to pass out.
Sure. You could have passed out.
Yeah, I would have been knocked out, not passed out.
Oh, no, you could have had like a concussion and passed out like 3 hours later.
Whatever.
I'm just saying.
You're salty about that. I know salty. You are, but
I'm so salty because everyone was like, "Yeah, it's a Christmas party," and this was like right before. Anyway, enough of that. We're moving on to spring.
Yeah. Anyway, so we start rehearsals in like what, January?
Yeah, I was like
end of January, beginning of February-ish. So we start working, and then we work, and then in about April is when we start performing. Like end of April, we start performing. We perform all through May, and then June hits. We do the one show at the end of June to like end the thing, end the season in Utah, and then we go tour.
Yeah.
So there's like 3 different sets of groups. So there's the Little Littles, which is USA and Good News, that they tour, and they tour really close to Utah.
Yeah, like Denver, California, like they stay on the western side of the United States pretty much.
And then I think they only really went to California at the end of it.
Yeah, it's true. I agree.
Then it used to be Jammin', Hero, and Celebrate, but then it turned into just Hero and Celebrate. And they
would go like Midwestern, so like
they were definitely more Midwestern.
Or like they would just go farther. Like they went to Oregon one time. We'd go to Seattle.
Yeah.
It's just like that west. It was like that circle, but bigger.
It got bigger.
So like. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
stuff like that.
And then as Fame and Celebrate.
Fame and Encore.
Wow, Celebrate. I felt Fame and Encore. Celebrate.
Fame and Encore.
We went a lot farther. So like we were able to go to like
whole United States was pretty much.
Yeah, I mean we actually didn't ever go on the West Coast for them. For us as Fame and Encore. So those were. I mean we knew we were going to Florida this year.
Yeah.
But we worked, and so behind the scenes during this tour, all the guys, we were trying to set up so on tours we give girls and guys give guys give girls gifts and girls give guy gifts. It's just it's like only something that happens in Fame and Encore.
Yeah, like
it doesn't happen in the younger groups.
No, and I think like everyone kind of like everyone in the younger groups, everyone would like choose one person and do it.
Yeah,
but like. In Fame and Encore, it was like girls give guys, guys give girls,
and everybody.
And there
were
like notes and like
it was very like a lot of the things that were done were very heartfelt. And so that being said, this year I don't think that there's ever been or ever will be a better guys gift to the girls.
We won.
I mean, won.
So hard.
Like put this in perspective. We had one of the girls' moms.
Yep.
So
embroidered pillowcases.
Yes, that were Disney themed.
Yes, that had their name in it, like on the pillowcase, and it was like a soft, almost like minky fabric.
Yeah, and then just
candy, of course.
We gave them candy, of course, and the notes.
Notes, yeah.
And then so
sign like a little piece of paper.
Yeah. Well, we left them like we'd say something very nice.
Yeah.
Which was easy with this group because everybody was very mature with everything. So
everyone was so nice to everyone. Everyone got along.
Which I will go into like in one of the later videos. I'll go into why that sometimes didn't work. But and then with that, we were gonna give him a bracelet as well, which we did because we ended up having to do this because of the easiness to give a bracelet to somebody versus trying to hand a pillow.
Yeah.
Because we had also did a dance for them.
One of the guys, again, Harchu, he's been in this a lot, but he choreographed an entire dance for all the boys, and like from this song. It's from a Cheerleader. I don't know if you guys remember that song.
I can't remember who sings it though.
Omi?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
OMI.
Yeah. It's
OMI or something like that.
Yeah, and he choreographed this whole thing. So I think it was like really like we started in May.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, behind the girls' backs, we
started learning it in May, but we had started doing the presents in like legit February.
Yeah.
Like as soon as we started, we were like, we gotta get on this.
We were able to do more of that.
We did so much.
We
were learning this dance. Oh, so
behind like none of the girls knew until we did it.
Yeah.
Like
literally. Oh my gosh, there's a video of it, and we're like, okay, because we had to do it outside. We were in a hotel. There was no spots big enough, so we do it in like this.
Chaperones totally copied us, by the way.
Oh, 100%. Well, I think that's why they did. I thought that was funny. But so we're doing it in like the valet spot at a hotel. You know how you like pull up, you give the keys to the valet, they park it, and you check in.
Yeah.
So we did it there, and we're like, okay, girls, come out, just like sit right here. And like one of the guys was like, okay, just like sit. Everyone like rows, like come on, just like do it like the finale. We need sections so everyone can see. And then they're like, what's going on? And we have this speaker. We just like walk over to the sides of the stage and we just start dancing. And oh my gosh, the girls were like crying
and like
freaking out.
And at a certain point during the song, like we give them their bracelets, which is just funny. Like because like it was like that was a great idea. Like I like that we did that because it made it more personal in a way.
Well, and their bracelets. Was it their first letter or was it their name? I think
no, they were just randomized.
They were just randomized
because they were all similar bracelets, but they were different, so we could all give them to them.
Yeah.
So we were giving them all, and then we realized because we made sure we had the exact amount.
I think
before
we
had extras with us on the tour, but before that
we made sure
we had the exact. We had the exact amount because that way we could tell if somebody missed one.
Yeah.
And that being said, we did miss somebody, and one of the guys who was part of the next part, which was a very crucial part for the rest of the dance, or not for the rest of the dance, but for this specific part.
Yeah.
He who didn't get one, and then he
skips across the entire stage
and
gives it to her and skips.
And this girl was like in the back corner too,
opposite corner of where we had the gifts.
Yes.
And he skips over, gives it to her, and he's just going along, gives it to her, skips back and runs back. Anyway, it was so funny. And
so we and I think the best part about this is that we had already given them their pillowcases and everything, so they thought that was their gift. They thought that was that was it, and then we did the dance and everything.
And then they were like, "Oh, sick, the dance!" And then freaking bracelets, man.
Yeah, we definitely won that year.
We won. They gave us sunglasses, which were nice sunglasses.
Sunglasses and candy. That was all only guys needed to be happy.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, like, in comparison, it's no embroidered pillowcase.
Well, I mean, they did, that wasn't fair to them, though.
Oh, 100%.
We totally cheated.
We totally cheated. That's why I'm like, yo, dude, it was fine. It was fine. Because, like, and like that, we were just on top of it that year. We were taking care of the group. Like, it was so good.
Yeah. But we were learning all of that throughout the May and June, like kind of teaching everybody, kind of going with everybody. That dance didn't happen until the night before the last day.
Yeah.
So, like, that's like at the end of the tour.
Yeah, end of the tour, and it was at least at like midnight.
Mm-hmm. And that like last 2 weeks before we went on tour, when our director was taking other people, taking all the younger groups on tour, because we were the last tour that year.
Yeah.
They're taking there was a couple times where he was back. We were able to use the studio and kind of learn it.
Yeah. Well, and he would always, like, anytime that there wasn't someone in there, he, like, because his son was in it. His son was in the group with us. Mm-hmm. And he would just be like, here's the keys, like, you know, you have, like, 2 hours. Or
well, it was that, and, like, I mean, my mom had keys
like,
because...
there were enough people that were, like helping us out.
We could have done it either way.
And, like, and that was another thing. So many people helped us with these gifts. It was so good.
Yeah, it was really good. But as we're doing this, you know, we're all living our own personal lives at the same time as we're doing this. Because at this point, we're not hanging out every single... Oh, you and me kind of were.
Yeah, I feel like there were a couple of us that were still, like, hanging out every day.
Yeah, because we didn't have jobs or anything like that.
Well, we did, but I had a job in the morning. You had one. Wasn't it, like, on the weekends or something like that?
I don't even think I was working. No, I was. No, I wasn't.
You weren't?
No, yeah, I was, because it was... Okay, yeah, I was working there. Yeah, okay. But we were all living our own... personal. No, I wasn't working yet because I wouldn't have been allowed to do this. Because I got the job after tour. That's what it was.
Yeah.
We're all living our personal lives. My dad and me had the great idea that I needed a mohawk.
Yep.
My mom gave me the mohawk. She did that very, like, I don't want to give you a mohawk at all.
It was right before tour.
Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, 2 weeks before tour, and my mom gave me basically a buzz cut mohawk. So you could tell it was a mohawk still there.
Oh, yeah.
Which was funny. So, like, the entire time we're practicing those 2 weeks, I've got a freaking mohawk going on. And then, and those 2 weeks, the director sees me the first time he saw me. I remember his face. He was like, "Are you serious? Like,
you're gonna shave that, right?"
Like, he didn't say anything to me those 2 weeks. And then the night before, I still had the mohawk because my mom was gonna cut it the day. My mom was gonna cut it before we even went to rehearsal. Well, but I had made the agreement with her. I was gonna get everything taken care of, packed, and everything ready to go.
Which for some preference, we would always have a rehearsal, like a full-on rehearsal, the night before we went on tour.
Yeah,
just because it was like 2 weeks in between from our last show to going on tour,
and it would like help us review the thing.
Yeah, kind of get us in the zone for like waking up at like 4 the next day, plus preparing to like go for like a week plus.
Yeah. As well as like setting up equipment, just to remember how to do that. The director would have like a heart-to-heart with us basically in a room, and then,
which we'll explain a little bit more about that probably in Chicago.
Yeah, that's definitely the one we'll probably do that with. But we went through that whole rehearsal and everything, and my mom picked me, my mom wasn't picking me because I was riding home with you. Yep. My mom got a call apparently or something. Somehow he got a hold of her to, "You gotta cut that." And like we had already, like me and my mom made the agreement, like we would go to the rehearsal and everything. I had everything packed up and I double checked everything when I got home. Yeah. Then she cut the rest of it off, which great move for hair being that short in Florida because
my hair was very long and it was very hot.
That was like it was miserable, like kind of miserable, but like at the same time, like for me, like it wasn't that bad because I didn't have hair. I literally didn't have hair.
You did not have hair.
But it was funny because he was like freaking out. Like even in the poem, he ends up like bringing it up. He's like, "Well, you gave me a heart attack before you came on tour."
I know, it's so funny,
but
so good.
No, that was fun. I remember giving him that heart attack, and I thought about doing it every year after that.
It was so funny. I would like, for the record. So I right now I have a bit more, but I used to just have this right here, and it was a lot shorter. I remember. First year I had that in Clayton, I had to like ask him, being like, "Is it okay? Is it okay if I have a little bit of facial hair?" And he was like, "We'll see how it does the first couple shows." I was like, "Ah!" Like there was definitely like a required look, which I get.
It was a professionalism.
Yeah,
look,
it was a professionalism look, and it was upholding a certain
standard.
Yeah, especially because we're going out of state. Usually.
We're representing a company.
We're representing a company. We're representing us. We're representing a state. And technically, we're representing the director, too.
Yeah.
And we would oftentimes go to...
Disney.
Well, Disney, yeah. So, like, big places like that. Like, big professional, like, performing stuff. But also, like, boys and girls clubs in, like... in Harlem. We went to a boys and girls club in Harlem.
Yeah.
Like... It's just about presenting his professionalism and like kind of playing the part, you know.
Yeah, there was definitely like a look he wanted. Like he honestly off color. Like if you wanted to dye your hair bright blue, he didn't like it.
Yeah.
And but on all full disclosure, like I understand and like like 100%. The look. Like if you go watch the performances, because I know you can on YouTube. You go look at them, you understand why immediately as you're watching it.
Because they're like, again, not to like toot our own horn, but they were very good. They were very professional. Especially for how old we were.
Being like some 18-year-olds, some 16, mostly 16-year-olds.
Keep in mind, no formal training. None.
Well, no like legit formal training, but technically...
none of us were going to school for this. None of us were planning on like being...
This was like an extracurricular
This was an extracurricular. And to look at how good it was...
I don't think there's anything else like Clayton was before. Nope. Like I don't think there ever will be something even similar unless he does it again.
I don't
think he will. But it's like I don't think like there's nothing like the feeling there.
Yeah.
Like that like.
And I think a lot of it is just like that, like synergistic, like
and I mean we'll go more into that like in the Chicago tour because
that's definitely when we'll explain a lot
because there's a lot of like eye-opening stuff like for me and him specifically.
Like and just in general, really.
Well, I mean in general, but I mean like you guys watching this channel right now, Like
this
you wouldn't.
this channel wouldn't be a thing without Chicago.
With like straight or even Seattle.
Even Seattle.
I mean, really, it started in Seattle, but it was Chicago.
Chicago.
But anyway,
I mean, yeah. So now we're on tour.
Yeah. We're going to the airport.
Yeah. Oh, and we all have these same shirts. Every year, there was always. That.
I know, my bad.
I know. I should have brought it too. But we always had matching shirts, which I get. A group of kids, you want them all.
You wanted them to match.
It's that one. And like, oh my gosh, there's been so many times. One year, freaking, it was red. Stained everyone's armpits red.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but this one, oh my gosh, it was so funny. It was when like memes, the keep calm and carry on meme was huge. So they decided, the person who did the t-shirts decided to put, crap, we're going to have to say it.
Well, it's not technically his first name, actually.
That's true, so it's not. Fine. He's like in St. George. But it says keep calm and listen to Kim, which is funny. Because, I mean, we all listened to Kim, but we were, like, that was a very hooligan-ish group. Like, we were definitely caused some trouble, even though we were really good. Some of it was like we kind of knew that we were good, so we slacked off.
We tried to make a problem of it. I guess I don't know. It was fun though.
It was very fun.
Like and the
best.
It
was funny.
It was, and the best part is that. You know, it made us look like polygamists because you've got you got Kim, and then you've got all these chaperones.
Usually women.
Yeah, like 90% of them are women, and then you've got a bunch of kids, like and they're all wearing the same stuff.
Yeah,
so it's like
chaperones. Like literally, the only person who's wearing something different is Kim.
I think Kim was wearing it then too.
No, he always just wore the button-up shirts. Remember?
Oh, that's right. I thought he had the shirt though.
He might have. I don't know.
I thought he did. And, no, because he did in Disney. That's when he wore it. But we were it was funny because everybody has a friend named Kim, so they would always like jump and like, hey, can I take a picture with you? So we're all taking pictures with people who we have no idea.
The Salt Lake Airport. We haven't even left Utah yet. We're just like sitting there. We're like, yeah, dude. And it was like as soon as we get to Florida, it's even worse. People are like stopping us. They're like, yo, can I take a picture? That's a cool shirt.
Yeah, it was so great. Like that was like probably the best reaction for a shirt that we've ever had.
Oh, 100%. Because the rest of them looked like high school tour shirts, you know.
They did. They honestly did. I mean, I liked New York's because it was like a baseball shirt.
I feel like going... Because it started in Florida, and I feel like the shirts got better.
They got better because there was a lot more that they were able to do after that point. Because they changed who was making the shirts.
Yeah.
But it was... like that was funny.
That was so funny. But yeah, and that was... so like,
we wore them on the day of the airport to go,
day.
like just to keep us all together, so you could tell like if anybody got lost, so that we could find each other.
Yeah.
Or you could go ask, hey, do anybody see anybody wearing my shirt?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, they're over there.
It's like blue shirt that says "Keep calm and listen to Kim." So it was nice.
Yeah, we did that same. So because when we went to Disney, the first day we all wore the same thing. We did the same. No, we didn't. That was the second day.
Was it? Oh yeah, because we went to Epcot the second day.
Yeah.
Or like we were free to go.
We were free to go wherever we wanted.
Because the first day we performed at Disney and we had to be in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
And that was an intense show. Holy crap!
Oh, dude, that was so.
And like,
dude, okay. So that was a fun day just because.
Oh, so fun.
Like we got done with the performance. We were able to go and kind of just hang out.
Yeah.
We all hung out like pretty solidly.
I know, dude. Everyone was pretty much like all together. You know?
Yeah, and we had gone to we got to the point where it was like midday, I think.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it just started raining thunder.
Oh yeah.
All this other stuff. And so we're all like huddled in these different rooms.
Yeah, just
all
like
of us are getting soaked.
Yeah.
Like it got to the point where everybody had a poncho, but me.
I didn't have one.
Oh no, you didn't. Okay, but I didn't have a poncho yet, and I was fine. This other guy had, or this other person had my wallet in their backpack because I didn't want to lose it. I'm really bad at this point with losing stuff and just.
Well, it's like on tour. It's like, dude,
they were definitely they were in our room with us.
Yeah.
And they were like another parent figure. Our chaperone was pretty much just able to do what he wanted to with his family because
our chaperone just kind of like went away. It was fine.
This other, they were very mature and like basically a chaperone in and of themselves. Yeah, so we were able to we were able to just hang out with them and they were able to take care of us.
Yeah, they did a lot.
So my wallet was with them just so it didn't get lost, and I also think so it didn't get wet because we went on a water
I think
ride.
I think I gave them my phone too.
I had my phone. I know I had my phone.
Yeah,
no, I didn't. No, I didn't
about
because
my
we
phone.
couldn't call anybody because
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
have. They didn't have the. Oh, the girls didn't have. The girls we were with didn't have their number, and I didn't have my phone, and I had their number there, but
Right.
But we ended up getting separated, and I didn't have a poncho, and I was with these other girls that were getting ponchos. Literally everybody in this store has a poncho but me.
Yep.
And I'm just sitting there like, whatever, like I'm fine, like I'm fine. And she goes into full mom mode, buys me a poncho, puts it on me, and I was like, okay, great, I'll pay you back later.
Like, thanks.
Like I was fine,
Lifesaver.
but I was fine. I was perfectly content being wet. I didn't care. Like flat out, I didn't care.
Well,
but she was
Disneyland. It was great because it was like after that no one wanted to go on Splash Mountain, so we just went on Splash Mountain like 10 times.
Yeah, that's true.
It was great.
It was fun. Like
fun.
I actually ended up being very grateful for that poncho because I ended up keeping it. But
Nice. Yeah. It didn't have like the mouse ears and stuff on it. Yeah.
But that was kind of fun because I ended up so just
I think
quick.
she even bought me one actually. I think she bought both of us.
I think
we
she
were
did.
still pretty young at that point.
Yeah, we were both
just
16,
like, yeah,
so.
dude, I can get wet. It's fine.
We're 16 and she's like 19. So
yeah. At that point.
Yeah. Well, yeah. At that point she was, but like obviously she's not 19 now.
Yeah.
But so just like side note, I ended up doing this tour again later because I stayed extra 2 years. This was and it ended up being the last tour I ever did after this one, the second time I went to Florida.
Florida number 2.
Which I purposefully don't remember anything from that tour other than this moment. Is that it rained again and thunder, lightning, and I was stuck in a building with somebody for like an hour. Like we were in there longer than we were. Like,
really?
Because it was that much worse.
Oh, jeez.
So
that's funny.
That's straight up the only thing I remember on purpose because of different situations that
because it's
happened.
a parallel, yeah.
There's just some reasons why for me for
it's fine. We don't have to get into it, yeah.
But
yeah, I think that's so fun. I didn't know it rained again.
Yeah, rain, thunder, lightning. It was crazy.
You remember when lightning hit? So we were just walking and it hit the Magic Kingdom,
Yeah.
and we were like, "Nope."
Yeah, at that point, like we were all like, "Okay, fine." Everybody's like, there were still people walking.
Oh yeah, dude. I was like, whatever, man.
And we were like, we didn't care. But it was at that point when it hit there, we're like,
yeah, it hit Cinderella's castle, and we're like, oh, I don't know. We could see, like, granted, it's still far away, but we were like, we could see it. It was like
it was
a good
loud.
portion of our view, and it was just like, come on, and we were like, whoa.
It is not the closest I've ever been to lightning strike.
No.
But
still freaky nonetheless.
That was very, like at that point, it was very real. Like, oh, this is a storm.
Yeah, this this ain't no joke.
No, but that was a fun time to be there. I definitely wish I would have went with you the second day.
Yeah.
Because I ended up staying at Epcot, which that was fun because I ended up getting to do that one car thing because cars have always been my thing. So it's I ended up getting to do that, but
it
like
was fun. I know.
There's only two people that I usually there's only one person that I even keep in contact that I spent that day with at all that entire day. Like when we went to Epcot, there's only one person I even talk to anymore. Amaranth.
Oh.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't really talk to anybody. And so I was like, it's fine because I actually got to enjoy that. Like that was a lot of fun to go around and walk.
Epcot's super cool.
It was, but I definitely wish I would have gone with you guys because you guys had a lot more fun than I did.
Well, some people had a lot more fun. Funny story about the second day. So, because we all started off in Epcot, we were all walking around. I think because we got there like lunchtime, whatever. So we all got lunch and hung out. And then some people were like, "Oh yeah, let's go different places." So whatever. So we decided to go to. I'm with like 4 or 5 other people. We decided to go to Animal Kingdom, which is where the Matterhorn is. That's the ride.
That's where I went the second time I went.
Yeah, you went to the Matterhorn. Nice. Anyway, so we're going, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we caught the monorail." I think I had to pee, and they just left me. It's whatever. I was cool. At this point, I had been like alone in big cities twice. No, just once, because I was alone in Chicago.
Yeah, so it was only once.
Yeah, it was only once, but I was just like, whatever, dude. I'm fine with it. I can handle on my own on a tour. It's not a big deal. So I was just like, yeah, dude, I'll meet you guys there. And then they call me, and they're like, oh, you better hurry. We're, like, in line. It's going to close. And then they're like, oh, yeah, they just closed off the line. And I'm, like, pulling into Magic Kingdom on a bus. I'm like, okay. whatever, it's fine, it's not a big deal. I'll just go sit down. So, and again, this was 2 groups. We had done at least 2 shows a day, sometimes more. So I was very tired, and this was like 3rd or 4th day. At least 3rd, probably 4th, right?
This was the 3rd day
3rd day.
because after the next day we ended up switching to hotels because we went down to like Miami.
Yeah, okay. So this was the 3rd day. So at this point, like I said, super tired. We wake up early because we had to drive like freaking hours, to get to a show. And plus doing the show. So I was very I'm just gonna sit down for a sec. It's whatever. I'm just gonna chill. Just wait for them. They'll come back. And I just decided to sit down. They've got these palm trees with like pavers around them. So I just sit down under a palm tree and I'm just like looking. And next thing I know, I hear, be quiet, I'm taking a picture. And I open my eyes, and it was our the one who was chaperoning us. She was taking a picture, and she was like, "Dang it, you woke him up." I was like, "What just happened?" Turns out I had fallen asleep under a palm tree in freaking Disney World. It was so funny. I'm just like, and there was like probably like 10 people from this group just like around me looking at me. They're like, "Is he okay? Like, is he dead?" And they were like a ways back. Like, I think some of them thought I was like legit dead.
I was trying to see what's
Yeah, you're good. But yeah, so I was like, I'll take that as a win. I'll check that off. Friggin', I got to sleep under a palm tree in Disney World. It was cool. And then it happened again. So they decided. So we're all going. We go, and they decided to go to Planet Hollywood now. And they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go to the," because I had already gone to the restroom and stuff. All of them were like, "Oh, we all have to pee." So they went to the restroom. I'm just waiting by the restrooms. I must have dozed off again or something. But apparently they went to another roller coaster and they're like, "Oh, we thought you were in line." And then they get done and I'm like, "Oh, what?" Like they had gotten done and they're like, "Oh, we thought you already went on it." I was like, "No, I was back in the bathrooms." Oh, so funny. I was alone a lot. Like I was very tired.
Yeah, I definitely like I said, I definitely wish we would have go because I think like both of us, if we would have been there, I would have made sure you.
I know. I was just like falling asleep anywhere. It's such a good thing I didn't freaking like just fall asleep in the park and be like, I need a car. I need a ride. Help.
But
that was cool.
It was a fun.
Yeah, it was a super fun tour, and like Epcot's awesome. Disney World is like just Disney World in general is awesome.
It was like I enjoyed. Like I said, I remember the good parts.
Yeah.
Because I remember that tour because of the good parts.
Yeah.
But
and then what? I mean, we went down to it was like southern Florida. What?
Yeah.
I don't remember much about that.
I remember a little bit because that's where like we kind of finished everything off.
Yeah, I remember like that last night very well, but
like
other than that, I don't like remember the show.
Like we went to like there was a part where we were like downtown-ish, like it felt downtown-ish.
Yeah.
But we like because I remember we had to cross the tracks to go to Jimmy John's.
Oh yeah, I remember Jimmy John's. So
and then
good.
we there was a lot of good performances. Like I think after we got Disney World out of the way, we were pretty much just focused on performances.
Yeah.
And so that,
and especially with like the 2 groups,
I think, because we got to perform at Disney World, so that was like great. But I think after getting to perform, like getting that out of the way, we had the ability to focus on the performances.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't that there was anything else exciting. Because I mean, we went to the beach and stuff. Like there was other stuff. Like there was a lot of things we got to like we went on a boat ride. There was a lot of stuff we did.
Yeah, it was super fun. We saw some like dolphins and stuff.
Yeah. But I think after that, it was like we were like 110% ready to perform.
Yeah.
Like we did Boys and Girls Clubs. We did so much there. It was
I feel like we even did just like a couple in the park, a couple plazas.
There was a lot of performances.
There were a lot of performances.
Like that. Like after that, there was probably at least 2 a day, sometimes 3.
Yeah.
And I remember the last
plus
day,
like acapella and stuff. So
I remember the last day we were doing a Boys and Girls Club. You know. We got done with the first medley, and all of a sudden, 2 people passed out. Like it was just that humid. Like it was.
Oh yeah, it was that hot and humid.
Hot, humid, and I was actually worried one of the girls hit her head. Like I thought she straight up hit her head, and I was like,
"Oh jeez."
Like that's why her mom got involved.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, "Whoa, okay."
You're like, "Are you okay?"
But That was a lot of fun. I mean, like, the night before we had done, I think a lot of that had to come to, I think we're also tired because, I mean, that was still a great performance.
Oh, yeah, it was such a good performance.
But we were also tired because we'd had kids the night before, which...
Yeah, we had stayed up super late. Everyone had stayed up super late. And it was,
Didn't we? Well, I fell asleep.
Yeah.
When you guys went.
You hecka fell asleep.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! Just I got a story for you.
Full disclosure, I am the worst at falling asleep.
Yeah. Which is funny because I'm the one who fell asleep under a freaking palm tree.
If every time we've hung out, like if the first one to fall asleep, if I'm not it's weird. But usually I am.
Yeah, usually.
Other than lately I've been better because of not sleeping as well. But that's fine.
Yeah. But anyway, so we're doing we call it kids night. And we come back up here, me and you, and like I said, the one who was chaperoning us. Really, thank you again. Love you. So she and I were talking, and you just fell asleep, and then we went down and got some snacks or whatever. And tell me why. So we had to share beds. It was whatever. I mean, it was all guys. It was fine. But this dude is spread eagle on the entire freaking bed, and it's like a small queen. I'm like, dude, and I'm a chunky guy.
And this was the first time we'd had to share a bed too.
No, it wasn't. We shared in Chicago.
No, we didn't. We had two separate beds because we were only you and me and the chaperone, so we had 3 beds.
Oh, yeah.
Because I slept on the couch.
That was nice.
It was very nice.
I remember that. Yeah, because we had to switch couches.
No, because I just gave you the bed.
Oh, you did?
Because I was like,
oh yeah. Well, the couch was pretty comfy.
Well, I mean, it was very comfy.
Yeah.
It was comfier than a cot.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, anyway, so he's just spread eagle on the bed. So the two of us are still awake.
And you try and wake me up and try to get me to move.
We tried slapping him. We tried pulling his leg, whatever. Nothing.
If you wake me up, you either need to run or
you're still asleep.
Like I'm awake, but I'm awake enough to get back into bed and go to bed.
100%. Anyway, so we ended up having to it was that one. We lifted up the side of the mattress. This dude rolls off. I don't know if you hit your head or what. I don't think you hit your head.
I don't remember it, so probably.
Well, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so he just gets off, and this person who's chaperoning us was sweet. So he's hurry, get into bed. You know, she was hurry, come on, get in, get under the covers. And then before he gets up and takes the whole bed again. And she was sleeping on this, it was a pull-out chair.
And she couldn't sleep anyways.
No, she had this thing. She could get sleep super efficiently, I guess is what you could say.
Well, no, she didn't sleep at all. She was an insomniac.
Well, yeah, but I mean, she it
if
was
she needed
weird what
an
she did.
hour.
It was it was 20 minutes or something like that. It was something. Anyway, she was really good about that. It was very impressive. Kind of jealous. Get a lot done. But, so she helped me roll him off, flip the whole mattress up. He falls off. She's like, hurry, get in. So I'm getting under the covers and all this stuff. But he just crawls back in and just lays down. And I was like, that went well. And then I fell asleep.
No,
he doesn't remember
recollection of it because
so funny.
Dude, like I said, I mean, I won't. If you wake me up, you either wake me up and you need to run for your freaking life, or I'm still asleep and I'm awake. It's okay, and go back to bed. That's how that was.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, I know it's that was so fun.
I think that's why I was able to do 2 groups too, because I was just I could go to sleep. I was fine.
Yeah, you could go to sleep. I struggled with that a bit on that.
I fell asleep on the bus so many times.
Same, actually. But yeah, that was so that was the last night, and the next day we were flying out, and we had a couple performances. Everyone was super tired. It was a good tour though.
It was a very good tour. I definitely. That's one of those tours where it was I had a blast. I do regret some things I didn't do or didn't pay attention to, but
same.
It was one of those ones where it's
and I remember that we were busy enough that we tried to take care of everyone, but we just couldn't do it,
Yeah, and it's funny because we went to that tour, I got to live it twice, so I probably remember the places that we were a little bit better.
Oh, of course. Because I totally forgot about the boat ride. So,
but I got to live it twice, so I remember what the hotels look like. I remember what the rooms look like. I remember where the hotel is, where everything. I remember
kind of the performances that we did. Yeah, which I don't remember it that well. I definitely remember the hotels. I definitely remember Disney. Disney was so fun. And the performance there, it was a super hard performance because we had to use their equipment. We couldn't use ours. They grade you. Disney, little known fact, if you're performing there, all of a sudden you're a cast member now. Mm-hmm. You have to act like it if you're in costume. Second off, they grade your performance, and if you don't score good enough, you can never come back and perform again.
Which, luckily, I mean, we did good.
Yeah, we always scored high.
And our director had, like...
kind of beaten that into us.
Well, that, and he kind of, like, he's known in Disney because of... different, times he's been, how many different times he's been there.
Yeah.
Like, to the point where I believe, if I remember correctly, he's even said that some of the sound guys, like, even when they get new guys, they're just like, just let him move. He's got it. He's fine.
Yeah.
Like, and, like, those were great experiences. Like, we've gotten to do Disneyland and Disney World.
Yep, Disneyland, Disney World. Plus, I'm pretty sure they've done, like, Disney in other parts of the world.
Probably have. I'm not sure, but...
I don't know.
But, like, those were, like, I'm glad, like, we got to do that because it's one of those things where it's just, like...
How many people can say they performed in Disney World?
How many people can say that? And the second thing is, like, even those people that have, like, just on off chance, we can't talk about it because, like, they have rules against it. We can't say, like, what we saw backstage.
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about that.
We just have to, we performed at Disney.
It's part of the magic. Like, that's, like, their thing. They're pretty strict about that, too. Like, you have to sign, like, an NDA and stuff. And, like, their green room, can't say much about it. I totally forgot about that. Thanks for not doing that. But, like, they have, like, a dedicated, like, field for performers and stuff.
It's intense. It's cool, though. Like, it's
cool.
A super great opportunity, and I'm glad I got to do it.
Me, too. And, like... Yeah, I'm so glad we scored well, and like, and that's something else. Like, how many people can say, like, yo, we performed at Disney and we got invited back, and we did it again in 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, there was so many, like, and they've done that however many times before too. Yeah. It's a great opportunity. Yes. I'm glad we got to do it.
Yeah, me too. It was really good. It was a good tour. Super good group. I think, like, at least out of the groups, maybe not tours, but I think that was my favorite group to perform.
That was definitely my favorite.
I think that Fame was just. Oh, so
I think
good.
that fame for me was definitely the best.
Yeah.
Maybe I mean, that's the year after that was maybe kind of close.
Yeah, with the New York and stuff.
Yeah.
But and a lot of that I think had come because we had because we were in Encore, which would have become Fame, and we kind of prepped them. Like, really, we were trying to hold them to these higher expectations and kind of get them.
Well, we prepped them, and we sort of like those that made it to Fame the next year, but it was also. We had seen what the Fame before was, like the people before us, and I believe we had to do an audition for Fame that year, didn't we? The year we went into Encore and
Fame? Technically we were... No. It would have been... Oh, yeah, it would have been that year. We were supposed to, but I never did.
I think I did. I'm
pretty
pretty sure
you did too.
Yeah, because I did. Because I remember because I sang... my audition song was freaking Disturbed.
Oh, yeah.
The freaking Sound of Silence.
Nice. Yeah, no, I never auditioned for this.
Yeah,
fun fact.
I did. I remember because one of the guys that helped me through my first audition, like, dude, the first like audition that I did, I was so nervous.
Oh yeah.
Like I was like I don't know, I was straight up terrified because like it's one thing to be like, yeah, I'm excited, I get to try this, and then they make you audition, and then
you're just up there alone in like a dress shirt. Yeah, glad.
Well, no, you could just show up in sweats and t-shirt.
Oh really?
It wasn't anything serious. I mean,
so it's not like
they asked you to do
like a dance and singing.
No, for singing they asked you to wear something a little bit more nice.
Yeah.
Which understood.
Oh yeah.
You know, but
it's not like Synergy where they're gonna give you an interview too.
Yeah. The first time they didn't make me sing. The second time they did. But I remember the first time so well because we were doing all the the dancing, and I'd never danced ever before in my life, and so I had no idea what counts were. I had no idea what anything else were.
Yeah,
the teachers were super nice and helpful,
yes.
But then they like kind of left it up to everybody else to kind of like help you with everything.
Yep.
And this time I am gonna say your name because we said it.
And
I'm gonna say your name because we said it last time. In the last podcast.
Who?
Jared.
Oh yeah.
Jared, you were the one that like helped me. I remember that very vivid. Like It is there that you helped me get through the first one. That made me stay clean, kind of, because it was like that friendship started.
Yeah.
Not like started, but it was like I could tell that you could build that you could build a friendship.
There was potential there. You had potential.
You had potential.
Love you, Jared. I love you.
Yes, we do.
But
yeah, that I remember that one very well.
Yeah.
So weird to think about that too.
So weird.
It's like
weird to think that it was 6 years ago.
Man, you were helping this one weird little kid. You never knew we were gonna be friends.
Yeah, exactly. I know, and that's so That's so weird because it's like all this stuff where it's like, yo, like all like helping the little kids, like you don't think about, like it's nothing to you, but to them, my gosh.
Well, like obviously because it's still in my head.
Yeah. Right.
Like,
well,
and he's not that much older than us,
no.
but it's like I like my mentality where I was at that point in time. Yeah. I remember because it was something that helped build confidence for me.
Same, and just stuff like that. Those helpers, and it's like. Think about all the kids that we helped while we were in Encore and Fame. Like little ones that we would help
all
take
of
care
our
of
siblings and some of our friends' siblings, dude. Like,
and like just even the people who weren't siblings. Just I don't know. I think there was definitely an impact there larger than what we kind of realized.
There definitely was. I definitely don't think like just in life in general. Like I wouldn't be doing what I do. Well, probably no, I wouldn't because I don't.
We wouldn't be where we're at.
Like honestly, I like before Clayton. No people skills. Like I guarantee you, like I wouldn't have gotten anywhere. Nope. With Clayton, I have a little bit more.
I would say still, significantly more. It's kind of backtracked a little bit.
It has, but like
shit.
Well, it's not because of COVID. Like I'm just like not an outgoing person. I'm pretty secluded. I don't really care what people think about me. I don't want to.
Yeah, it's not worth the confrontation.
No, I hate confrontation. But, I mean, through Clayton, I think I've grown to accept confrontation is going to happen, so you're going to have to deal with that.
And getting good at it, even though you don't like it, we're both still like pretty decent at it. Same with like performing. That's literally what we do on this channel is perform. So
yeah, it's fun. I mean, yeah.
But I don't think we'd be where we are today without Clayton. 100% no on that one, actually.
No, definitely wouldn't be.
No. But yeah, that was it. That was
Florida. I mean,
it was a good one.
I think we went in a lot more detail than we thought we were going to too. But
yeah, 2 groups.
It was a lot of fun.
I think it was probably one of the hardest performing years, but definitely one of the best.
I definitely think the next one is Chicago, right?
But it's you hit that point where you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then you kind of pass that point and you're like from the younger to the older groups where you're like, I'm making a difference. Like what I'm doing is impacting the people's lives around me in a positive way. And that's like huge. That was like it for me. I almost quit the year before Chicago, which is like a detrimental turning point in our lives.
It definitely was. Like we'll go into it, but like we said, this channel and podcast and everything wouldn't be a thing because and it's funny because like even before we started doing this, like because of how close we'd gotten, like even through school, we'd tell people like some of our previous friends or whatnot, like they wouldn't believe the story like that we
hated each other.
We absolutely despised each other.
Like there were points where I swear we almost like kicked the crap out of each other.
I'm pretty sure we almost got in a fist fight once.
Oh yeah. 100%. I'm
sure
we came so.
We'll definitely go into that story of like how that started really, because I mean we know how it started.
Yeah.
Basically, and then we'll kind of lead into that. Like we'll go into it very well next podcast.
Yeah. Which and kind of to prepare
because it prepares you and then it gives you the better understanding of like what happened between me and him on Chicago.
Yeah.
I think so. That one's a little bit more. I think because we're gonna go into a lot more about like Clayton and like with the tours themselves. I think that one's gonna be more of. I mean, there's a few fun things and a few like great things that we did and opportunities like some of the performances.
But a lot of that's going to be like going into really what Clayton taught us and what it kind of caused us to do. Like some of the things that we just did because of Clayton. And
like it shows like why we are all the way we are in a way. And like we've definitely gone away from a lot of what we were because of it, but it's definitely something to keep in tune for next week. So
and it's definitely going to be a different tone. It's going to be much more serious,
and we'll try and lighten it up a little bit with some of the things.
Yeah, because there's some things, but I can definitely tell you like the back half is going to be a lot of exploring, just like us, kind of the things that, like I said, kind of made us the things that were put into place, like put into motion. Why these other tours were so fun. Yeah. Why these other things were so fun. Why we had like such good friendships. Why I could take this dude's monkey. Look, I love you, Jared. Why I could take Jared's monkey and he didn't freaking kill me.
Yeah, that it'll definitely enlighten a lot of it. It'll be fun for us to go.
Yeah, it's
really
rehash
fun for us. I mean, definitely think there might be tears between you and me on that
100%.
one. But
Yeah.
anyway, if you're a fellow Claytoner, you know.
Yeah, dude. If you're a fellow Claytoner and you want to come on and talk shop with us,
I think this podcast is definitely going to be something that we're going to do because
I think
I think there's so many things like we've done just in our lives in general that we can talk about
that we're still doing.
That we are still doing.
But yeah.
But
if you're in Clayton and you want to like hit us up,
or even just a friend that we've hung out with.
True. Done something fun. Friggin' gotten pizzas, skateboarded with, dude, whatever. Like, we'll talk about it. Anyway, guys, that was it. That was our podcast. It was pretty good. Let us know what you think in the comments. But yeah, I swear, officer, it's not my stripper pole.
Did anybody forget the bracelet? Did we miss anybody?
Everyone get a bracelet?